They help heal with smiles and compassion. Their cheerful and positive attitude can go a long way when patients and family members are under stress. They deliver hope. They often help shape patients' first impression of a hospital. They work without pay in a variety of healthcare settings where they are critically important members of the healing team. Meet some of Brevard's best hospital volunteers. You would think that with helping a husband fight Parkinson's disease and helping a 100-year-old mother remain independent, Rose Marie Breilinger would have her hands too full to help anyone else. But the Barefoot Bay resident makes it a point to leave time aside to volunteer at Sebastian River Medical Center. The president of the hospital's auxiliary, Breilinger is in charge of 220 volunteers from all walks of life, joined together to provide critical services to the hospital at no cost at a time when hospital budgets are constantly being slashed. Breilinger has been a hospital volunteer for a decade, and she can't get enough of it. Angie Baumgart is known as the Smiley Face Angel at Health First, where she has volunteered at Palm Bay Hospital and Holmes Regional Medical Center. Baumgart's sunny attitude makes her a perfect hospital volunteer. She has logged in more than 13,500 hours helping Health First staff and patients since she moved from Fort Lauderdale in 2005. I started volunteering at the hospital even before I had finished unpacking, she says. Her interest in volunteering was ignited from the excellent attention hospital volunteers had given her husband before he passed away many years ago. They took such good care of him that I wanted to do the same for others, she says. When his son was born, Vieira resident Barry Brown chucked the corporate world to be a stay-at-home father, but as soon as his son went off to Columbia University, Brown turned his attention to helping his community. 6 months after Vieira Hospital opened 4 years ago, Brown knocked on the hospital doors to offer his volunteer services. Having such an extensive business background made him a shoo-in in the administration of the hospital's extensive volunteer corps. Working at Vieira Hospital has provided Brown with a built-in circle of friends and the knowledge that he is making a difference. I like to be a part of an organization that is doing good in the community, says Brown. The couple that volunteers together makes a big difference together. At least that is the case with Dick and Linda Barnes, volunteers par excellence at Health First Cape Canaveral Hospital. They have been active members of the hospital auxiliary since May of 2009 and have collectively logged over 8,000 hours of volunteer service. Dick is currently chair of the annual Lights of Love, which this year will raise funds to purchase special equipment that will add to patient comfort in the radiology department. Linda is the chair for the auxiliary's 6 yearly fundraisers, where the funds are directly channeled towards the hospital's good works. Barbara Camady has been a volunteer coordinator's dream at Wusthof Medical Center Rockledge for the past 3 years. Camady volunteers at the hospital's surgical waiting room and often doesn't leave until all the surgeries of the day are complete and all visitors have left the waiting room. Waiting for a loved one's surgery is a very stressful time, but Camady goes out of her way to make families feel at ease. I try to keep the conversation going to make them as comfortable as possible to relieve the stress of the moment, she says. Barbara is always present and a present for the people of Wusthof. Chances are excellent that when you visit one of Health First Holmes Regional Medical Center waiting rooms, you might be greeted by the smiling face of Edna Lavandier. The South Melbourne Beach resident has been part of the hospital's auxiliary for 15 years. The former New Yorker is well suited for the job since her career at the Big Apple included public relations and customer relations. When her husband passed away in 1999, Lavandier felt she needed to reach out to help others. She chose Holmes. We keep those waiting rooms going, and those places are very important, she says. Retired nurse Rebecca Silvert volunteers at Wusthof Medical Center Melbourne 2 mornings a week at the information desk, where she assists visitors and helps register patients for outpatient tests. She has also served as treasurer of the board of directors of the hospital's auxiliary. Wusthof staff consider working with the kind, capable, and hardworking Silvert a privilege and a treat. 2014 Central Florida Humanitarians are outstanding hospital volunteers.